we'll move towards biological wisdom and
Okay.
specifically look at the insect world, the ants and the caterpillars and the
That entire mankind, humanity, is one superorganism. So perhaps each species is actually one superorganism. And our growth lies in cooperation. There is, like last time you had said, there is magic all around us.
yeah, and there is
Magic.
something that is unfolding that is beyond.
Word which comes is, can I trust the process? The caterpillar knows no other way of life. Vishni.
Welcome to our next episode of Wisdom All Around Us. Um Today, I wanted to speak about while there was much that we could have continued over the last discussion, I thought today we'll move towards biological wisdom and
Okay.
specifically look at the insect world, the ants and the caterpillars and the butterflies.
Wow.
Because I mean, on the surface, they're so tiny and almost simplistic to us. They're very
Yeah.
simplistic, but they display such marvelous qualities, such genius at times. Um, and I think somewhere along the way, I started wondering where is their operating system? Because if they're displaying
Yeah.
this kind of intelligence, what is it that they have that we can learn from? So, just to begin with, before I even ask a question, I'd like to ask you, how's your day going? What would you like to tell us about this topic? If you have anything to say before we go into anything.
So, moment you said ants, so I have seen myself as an ant in a past life, and I always feel, that they are my kin. There is a kinship with ants, and now that I live in Goa, and somehow the ant invasion, especially before monsoon, it was like now the rains have begun, and so they were like all over the place. So it was very hard for me to do something to get rid of them. I've kind of learned to coexist with them.
And somehow they do climb. I'm on the 11th floor and they're here as well. And people who are on the 30th floor find them too. So it's marvelous how they are just everywhere. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'll begin with the most famous one that we all love to go back to, which is the caterpillar. We've
Mm.
talked about the caterpillar's transformation, growth, all of that. It's quoted very regularly. But what I found very amazing was that it's not such a beautiful process. It's not that the caterpillar's just gone inside a cocoon, has grown wings and has become something else. It's almost a dissolution of the being. It
Yeah.
completely dissolves. Just a
Yeah.
few cells remain. It kind of it's like a cluster of cells in a soup of itself. It's
Yes.
threadbare, gone to the bones, and from there rises the butterfly. So somewhere within those cells is the full blueprint of what will come out.
Yes.
And
Yes.
at the same time, how painful it might be to just completely go, dissolve, disintegrate fully. Just so, yeah, what is it for us to learn from there, and how do we see that?
So you see, the other day we did that session on blueprint of creation. So when I hear these stories, for me, the one word which comes is, can I trust the process? The caterpillar knows no other way of life. That's the only option available to a caterpillar to become a butterfly. It's not like, choosing from various options. Okay, do I go through this dissolution or not? There is no other choice. So it is like that's the blueprint, that's how it unfolds, whatever. We don't know if it is painful, we have no idea. Only thing that I have heard about it is that if you pry open the cocoon before the butterfly herself is ready to be out, then the butterfly doesn't survive because in that struggle to come out of the cocoon, the wings strengthen. And once it comes out, it has to continuously fly to dry those wings. So when we see these butterflies, ta 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 ta, just kind of flapping their wings, and we think, oh, how beautiful. Actually, it is survival. Our wings have to dry completely. And I'm using the gender she, but whatever gender that might be. But they all go through the same process. So you cannot, rescue them from that struggle. And same is, I think, for us human beings. We all want to be rescued. Some savior has to come rescue us. And no, that doesn't happen, whatever we may do. So where the actual rescue is in, trust the process. Whatever you're going through, your blueprint is unfolding like this. मुझे इसी रास्ते से जाना है, मेरे पास और कोई चॉइस है नहीं है, इधर उधर ढूंढना बंद करूं. जो भी हो रहा है, जो भी इमर्ज हो रहा है, उसको ट्रस्ट करो, and I will be whatever the human version of a butterfly.
And also, as parents, I think there's a big lesson there because we're always trying to protect our children from the pain and the struggle of life. We're all कि क्या हम कर दे कि भाई उनको तकलीफ ना हो, but not knowing what is it that they need to go through to become what they have to become. So, one, as parents, but two, I also think from a human lens, where does suffering come in then? When there is transformation happening, when there is this thing where we are completely broken down, why is there so much suffering? Is the caterpillar not suffering? Are we suffering? Or is it suffering and we don't know? What is it?
Yeah, so see, as humans, हमें तो बहुत बातें बनानी आती हैं. हम बाल की खाल निकालते हैं. कैटरपिलर वो सब नहीं करता है. वो जस्ट वट एवर इज नेचुरली हैपनिंग, वो उसमें चल रहा है. ओके, बिकॉज दे डोंट हैव दैट kind of complex brain phenomena that we have. But let's just speak about ourselves, because we'll never be able to say for, that what does caterpillar feel or not. But we know what we feel. And you're right, we suffer. We suffer because we think the things should not be the way they are. That's why we suffer. We have just somehow, we think कि मैं इसको change कर सकता हूँ. I can somehow change it. And certain things can be changed. That is why, we have to know the difference, what can be changed and what can't be changed. We try ourselves, but at some point of time, we have to just, I can't change it. I mean, let's say my complexion, dark, dusky, and you try, besan mallo, button laga lo, fair and lovely kar lo, but at some beauty parlor chale jao, but at some point you say, भैया कुछ नहीं होने वाला है, accept it, enjoy it, and see the beauty in it.
This is it.
You know,
यही
this
है.
is it. This is it. मेरी रियलिटी यही है, मेरा ट्रूथ यही है. So this is it. And I
Absolutely.
think suffering ends in there,
Yeah.
acceptance. This is it, and let me enjoy it, instead of all the time that, oh, why is it the way it is?
Hmm.
So we are fighting with ourselves.
Yeah. Almost like one is what is happening, and two is the story we are creating around it. So I
That
think
is
that
it.
that that is the added layer, the tadka that we add to everything. So which kind of really makes it as
Yeah.
humans we do that. Of course, storytelling by itself is beautiful, but when we I don't think a caterpillar is kind of going into a story of "Arey mere saath kitna bura hua" kind of stuff. So
Last time we spoke about this gift that humans have, imagination, right? So it is a beautiful gift. Now, caterpillar doesn't have the gift of imagination, but you and I have. So we always imagine that something, that is beautiful in our eyes, more capable in our eyes, to, we have this self-esteem or self-worth. So for us, it is like our self-esteem depends upon all these externals. While, if we have this, that just by my being, whatever that is, that I am what I am, and I'm worthy as I am. So I think then those stories खत्म हो जाते हैं.
And
Stories
this
तभी
is my
तक हैं.
process, हाँ जी, that ये
Yeah,
मेरा यही रास्ता है. Not
yeah,
every
yeah,
insect is
यही है.
going through it, but
No, no, yeah, yeah. और उसको तो पता ही नहीं है what others are going through. A comparison and competition and thinking that we all have some same kind of path or same success story, or no, gradually we learn. That's the beauty of growing years, that you finally find peace with it कि ये मेरा रास्ता है. अब इसमें दुख है, सुख है, सब है, but through this my blueprint is unfolding. And there is joy in that, excitement in that, क्या अनफोल्ड हो रहा है मेरा.
क्योंकि वो तो
तो
होना ही है. हम चाहे या ना
होना तो
चाहे,
वही
हम
है.
एफर्ट करें या ना करें, वो हो ही रहा है. इट इज अनफोल्डिंग बाय इटसेल्फ.
दैट्स ट्रू. बट देन टू गेट एक्साइटेड अबाउट इट
हम्म. सो
कि
ट्रू.
कुछ बड़ा ब्यूटीफुल अनफोल्ड हो रहा है. लाइक कैटरपिलर का कोई एक बहुत ही ब्यूटी अनफोल्ड हो रही है ना, ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन हो रही है. तो मेरी और तुम्हारी भी हो रही है. वो होना ही है. एक सीड से पेड़ बनता है, फ्रूशन होती है, कैटरपिलर से बटरफ्लाई बन रही है. तो हमारा भी हो रहा है वो. Just that we don't we don't see it because we are busy seeing how others processes are unfolding, and somehow their processes always look better, easier, more glamorous, more fun than our own. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Wonderful. This is wonderful. The next one, I'd like to focus on honeybee, because a lot is spoken about honeybees, how they live, the queen bee, and so many other things. I don't even know all the facts. But one thing that really stood out is how they select their location for, when they have to move. So it's almost like a democratic process. So there's like a squad of bees that'll go look for a new location. They'll come back, and like this squad has come back and this one's come back, and they all dance. And the more enthusiastic the dance, the more excited they are about that location. But that doesn't decide. The other bees will go, cross check, come back, do a similar kind of dance. And when enough number of bees in a colony are enthusiastic enough about one particular location, is a decision made, and then they move. I mean, it's a democracy without getting elected, without all the, we've established democracy in the last, I don't know, 100, years. They've been doing it. So, what is the lesson here for us, and how do you see this?
So speaking of honeybees, this morning I had ordered some tulsi patta. And I mean, besides other things, but then these tulsi leaves were, they didn't look all fine. So I kind of, cut the packet and put that in a plate, and I wanted to take a picture to send it to, this Blinkit that your tulsi is not of good quality. And I mean, within this little time, few couple of minutes, suddenly swarm of bees everywhere in my living room, and all coming to that tulsi. I had never ever, like, I didn't know. I mean, I had some bananas there, I had some mangoes there. No, they're not coming to those items. I don't know what tulsi. I had never seen anything like that. Anyway, so that was my, I put water in that so that, they somehow leave. But having said that, what you said, there is a democracy in you see a place and you, so like when I was moving to Goa and I had asked Shurjo to look for a place for me, and then he found this place, and he was very happy about it. So I was like, he didn't do a dance maybe, but And then when I saw the pictures, I was very happy and I mentally did a dance. Then Somnath also really liked it. So there was a democracy and we chose this place, right? So there is that we also as communities, as families, as we like to take, that is everybody happy with it? Or, or they can be autocracy that I have chosen it, whether you like it or not, and this is it. Everybody has to just accept it. So I think when we are all, we treat each other as equals, as adults, as sovereigns, as, equal voting power, then I think we kind of take everybody's opinions. When we think that, I am the boss and I will take decisions, so it is, and sometimes that is a good thing also, because knowing the humans, not everybody has similar things. Somebody will say something, somebody will say something. So sometimes it is good thing that the leader decides. But sometimes the leader may not be, may not have the best interest in heart. So it's kind very difficult to see that how it works. But yes, I love the idea that, that they do a dance. That, oh, wow, we find a lovely place and, so excited. I mean, I
Yeah.
see it that as childlike enthusiasm.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
and also about coexisting. Like, the idea that millions of them are on one this thing, and then they move together. Of course, that is coexistence is much more beautifully displayed in other beings than us. That I believe. But for us, I think there's also a lesson in how to kind of maybe adjust a bit. If there are enough of them who like it, I'm sure the whole swarm moves there. It's not that only the ones who like it move there. So just kind of
Yeah.
sometimes also adjusting to the other and all of that. There's also a lesson there. I kind of really like this idea that kabhi tumhari, kabhi hamari kind of thing, which I wish I thought was very nice way of growing in a society. Yeah.
But as I see it, Pele, you talked about the ants. So the entire ant colony is actually one superorganism.
Oh.
They are all interconnected, yeah. So similarly, the entire beehive is one superorganism. And there is this theory that entire mankind, humanity, is one superorganism. So perhaps each species is actually one superorganism. And our growth lies in cooperation. That more we cooperate with our own species, and we kind of, the that is, I think, where we are actually growing towards eventually. We are evolving, no, as humans. Humans are the latest species. I mean, I don't know about the other kingdoms, but humans have come much later on the scene, and we are still evolving into the better version of humans, so to say. And I think cooperation of this kind would be something that we will see perhaps some future.
For now, we are fighting. So I think the superorganism is not at its healthiest, I think. You
Yeah.
spoke about ants, and there's another wonderful thing about ants that they build bridges. Did you know this? That when they have to cross and there's a gap, some of the ants will form a bridge, and the other ants will kind of climb on top of that bridge, use the other ants as a bridge and cross over. And when the whole ant colony has crossed over, does the bridge kind of get dissolved? And I don't know what happens to the remaining ants. How do they cross over, or do they not go, or do they sacrifice themselves? That I don't know. But even that is I don't know. You're
So
sacrificing yourself. How do you see that?
again, like, this word sacrifice and all is such a human construct. For them, that is the design. That is what they do. Something has come, and that is what is cooperation. That is what, like, certain cells, it's like, because it's a superorganism. So certain cells do a certain job when it is needed for the job to be done. Like, that's exactly what is happening inside our bodies also. Our body also, in a way, superorganism of trillions of cells. And if some cells need something or, some injury, everybody comes to support that part. So recently there was a sculpture made, in which there were these people rescuing a dog from, and they are human beings, So one after the other, they made a human chain and eventually they rescued the dog. And some sculptor, for posterity, he kind of created that beautiful
Yeah,
sculpture,
artwork. I think Kazakhstan or
artwork.
somewhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
handy.
So it's not like we don't have it. When there is a calamity, people just come together. They do so much, work together. You are a Sikh girl. Uh, we've seen how, the entire community comes together to feed people, to support people. So, so it is there in us as well. It is just that it's not, somehow we see the competitive side more, but there is a lot of cooperation in us as well.
Beautiful. I would like to look at the butterflies once again. We started with butterflies. I'd like to come back to it. The monarch butterflies, which I don't think we find in India, but there are tons of them in US and Canada. And so they live a couple of weeks only, but they travel from US and Canada to about central Mexico, the jungles of central Mexico, which is about 4,000, 5,000 kilometers far away. Uh, but they don't complete the journey. I mean, they'll only be able to go one way. And then they go there, they reproduce, and then their offspring will kind of move back north. And then their grandkids or the great grandkids will sometimes, sometime in the future, come back again to central Mexico. So over multiple generation, they are doing this migration thing. And I don't know how the information is getting passed on from one generation to the next. Ki kahan jana hai? Because it's a very specific
Yeah.
forest, mountainous forest that they go to in Mexico. Uh, what is it? Do they know innately? Is it wisdom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is that innate intelligence. No, there is again the blueprint, and it's in many migratory birds, even salmons who go upstream on the Amazon River, and then they go fawn in some, place, or there are turtles. Or there are many such stories about many such birds who have these breeding grounds which are far away, and then the offspring somehow, it is all factored in. It is what the blueprint is, it is the innate intelligence inside them, which tells them, it is like a radar which tells them where to go, navigation. And again it comes to that trust. When I listen to these stories, my trust grows that there is this beautiful design. First of all, the human design, then the grand overall design, and then there is that creator, the designer. I like, उसको सब मालूम है. हमें नहीं मालूम है, मुझे नहीं मालूम है. I don't have the big picture. So it is like, that story we have, no, that the blind men looking at an elephant and just describing the elephant. So we are actually just doing that. We don't have the big picture. But we can trust that the one who's created this or one who's designed this has the big picture. So the rest of the stories of other creatures are just telling us, because we can map their story, histories, their travels. And so it is just kind of telling us that if it is happening there, it is happening with us as well. Something. So through generations, we are also, whatever we are growing into, perhaps we are not growing in one generation. Perhaps it takes many generations for us to grow. I don't know. Similarly, our migrations, from villages to cities, or like in Punjab, so many Biharis who've come and settled, and their families have become more Punjabi than Punjabis are, or Indians going to other countries, and now they are, part of their political system and ruling class. And so we just don't know how over a period of time all this will unfold and how it is already unfolding and where the world is finally we are becoming perhaps that same superorganism. I don't know, but it's very interesting to read these stories, hear these stories, just to let us know that there is, like last time you had said, there is magic all around us.
Yeah, and there is
Magic.
something that is unfolding that is beyond us, or that
Yes.
that we're part of that story, but
Yes. Yes.
it's happening through us and it's happening for
True.
us. And
Yes.
whether we like it or not, believe it or not, participate in it or not, it is happening. And
Yes.
just
Absolutely.
yeah, we just need to relax, I think. Like last time also
Absolutely.
you said that when we see all of this, it just tells us just take it easy because it's already happening. Whatever needs to unfold is already unfolding. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say, while I was reading this, it came to me that, of course, there is artificial intelligence now, but there is something which was ancient intelligence, which is something that all of us carry in our bones and muscles and tissues. The other world, the other natural world, and us, the natural world. And maybe the point is not to learn something. Maybe the point is not to struggle to master anything, but to just know that we innately have it, even if we are. Sorry, you were saying something.
No, I didn't say, but yeah, but what I would like to say here is that when it is an unfolding, so it's a verb, it's a process, it's a kriya. It is not, we are not finished products. We are work in progress, but it is not your and my work. It is, some big work that is happening through us. Each one of us is just a cell in that body of work. And whatever needs to happen through us is part of the blueprint. So it's a very, it's not like you, okay, now you sit in on your laurels, okay, it's happening through me, to hota rahe. No, that is where we have to, the desires are put inside us, the thoughts are put inside us, there is खिंच पैंदी है. तो वो whatever the खिंच पैंदी है, you have to move towards that, no? It is like that is how all these animals are also, it is like something is calling them
Yeah, we
and
have
they
to
move
honor it
together.
and answer to it.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
beautiful, so beautiful, wonderful. This I just loved how you summarized the whole thing. That we obviously have to do our part. We can't just sit back and say, "Of
Yeah,
course, everything is
yeah,
happening." So there is action on
yeah,
our part that is
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
that the life wants through us to happen through us. That's wonderful. Anything else you'd like to add, or I don't.
Only thing, only thing I want to say is that we are all participants in this whole drama, and the more we participate wholeheartedly, with full devotion or with full trust, then life is actually very beautiful and very simple.
Yeah, and active participants, not just watching it. We're active
No,
participants.
no, no, no. Active, yeah,
Yeah,
active, yes.
beautiful. This
With
was
full
wonderful.
presence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wonderful. We had a very, very good discussion. This was wonderful. And we will obviously continue this and record many more episodes as and when time permits.
yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving us your time once more. And we'll see you in the next
Thank
one.
you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Ishni. Very sweet of you. Thank you.